The only thing that can save Ejike from whatever his village people have against him is Muna. That is the only secret that Ejike needs to know right now. So if he is still planning, if he still seeing Muna as somebody that has not even a single thing against him, then he should all know, all of us should know that she is the one that can hand him success in whatever he is doing with the village people. And he has said that this is his exact time to strike. This is his exact time to do whatever he needs to do. But he should always put it in mind that Muna will be the only person that can come into his life and influence anything that the villagers have to say against him. So guys, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on when and where you are actually watching us from. On today's episode of Where We Got It Wrong, after a visit with the prophet, and the prophet told them that, see, this power, it passed my own. This power is more than I can even imagine. So I am not interested. Dan was telling Ejike that it's a lie. That prophet does not have strength. He does not want to lose. That is why he's doing all of these things. That all of the battles that he has fought before, he doesn't want this one to come and spoil his streak. That is what is happening right now. And Ejike was trying to explain, see, this prophet is not a small prophet. If he is a small prophet, he will not tell us everything. He will not tell him anything about Ejike at all. But he does everything about Ejike, everything correctly. So he should not rule out that fact that he has something to say that will influence that thing. And now, Ejike now is telling them Dan that the advice that he's thinking of going to go and arrest them is the youth is actually going to make sense. But Dan was insisting that yes, that is the best thing he could ever do, that it will make the village youth know who exactly they need to mess with. But Ejike was still thinking that if at all he goes ahead with the plan, then he's going to end up in a whole different type of trouble. That is what he's going to end up in. So he has backed up himself from that. And now Chinwe herself went back to the village, and her auntie was like, where exactly did you go to? Said she went to the city to confront Ejike about the problems arising in her own house, in her own household, and all the things she needs to do to make sure it happens. She was even informing Ejike that whatsoever may happen, that nothing will happen to her and her own family. That if instead of that, she will actually cut ties with every single person. But her aunt was telling her, see, all the things that you guys are doing is not fair. What about your mother that is in the grave? How exactly is she going to feel? All these things that you guys are doing now, it's just like I say, Muna is the only daughter that is making sure everything is going to be okay in the village, and Ejike too. So within that sort of range that she is now, Chinwe is the only person too that can influence the game in her own village to make sure that everybody realizes what Ejike wants to actually do. But Chinwe is still insisting that, see, if the villagers bury Mama, then it is going to be a whole lot of different things for her. Because now, one person in their family will have to buy. That is like the sacrifice that they have to make. That is the sacrifice they have to make about that matter. So, Ejike, after a long while outside, whatever he was doing, whether he went to club, whether he went to party, whether he went to anywhere, Muna came. As he came into the house, Muna told him, where exactly are you going? Where exactly are you coming from? Why is it that you will be going out? You will not tell me that is your wife. Ejike was insisting like, see, I am the man of the house. So anywhere I want to go, I can go without anybody asking me any silly question. But Muna was even talking like, see, you are already married, so you cannot tell me you can walk anywhere you want to walk to. It's not possible. It is not something you can do again. You're already a married man, so there is nothing again you can tell me that I will agree. You have to walk in a way whereas I will know your whereabouts. In case something happens, then I can be able to explain what exactly is happening. But Ejike said, see, no matter what you do, I will always have right to go wherever I want to. So at night, Muna was actually disturbed by whatever was happening in the life of both of them. And she woke Ejike and told Ejike, see, I know we have been through a lot of fights. I know I have been through a lot of things. But actually, let us forgive all these things we have done. We are not kids anymore. We need to realize that all the things we are doing is for the better of his own mother, and how he can actually bury her and make it better for him. But Ejike was like, see, if the villagers don't accept what he needs to do, he needs to take up a strong full action against them. And Muna was like, what strong action do you want to take? He said, how will they tell him that they should bury his mother in a house in the village, that should build a house, bury his mother there, so his mother will be living with them? Like, what sort of thing is that? Muna was like, if you go ahead and beg the elders, that means they might be trying to like maybe settle this, maybe even reduce your punishment, so that you will not have to go through a lot by yourself. Because if he's going through a lot, also Muna is going through a lot, so both of them will be suffering. And Muna doesn't want to suffer at all. She has a lot of things in her mind to be thinking of instead of that. So she needs to make sure, she needs to try to convince Ejike to ensure that he does every single thing he can do to go back into his village and go ahead and beg his elders. Tell them that he knows he has wronged them, so he will be willing to make amends for whatever he has done in the future and also in the past. So guys, don't forget to like, share and subscribe.